Hey, it's just one game, but guys, that one game was really, really fun. Let's talk about it on All Dodgers. What's up, party people? This is All Dodgers, the All Dodgers podcast, whatever you want to call it. All Dodgers with Clint and Jeff. In fact, look, it's Clint and Jeff. I'm Jeff.
Hey,
That's
man,
Clint. We are the All Dodgers podcast, part of the Bleav Network of podcasts, brought to you by FanDuel. Thank you all for being here with us. I know a lot of you are hopping over immediately after listening to Clint and Alana Rizzo over on Dodgers territory. So thanks for making this, your last viewing of the night before you sleep soundly and sleep happily, because the Dodgers, they didn't just win a game, Clint. They won a game in the manner that we expect them to win games. When you have this offense, this team, you should have some easy wins like this. And it was a really nice break after the last, 6 weeks or so.
Yeah, this was one of those games that I just said this a little bit ago, something to the effect of this at least. It was one of those games where you needed to have this. The Dodgers needed to play clean baseball because they haven't really been doing that. They've kind of just been, I don't know, not playing Dodger baseball. And it happens, you prefer it happen in the month of August, the month of July, rather than in September and October. But, there's something special about getting Muncy back in that lineup, getting Teoscar going, getting Mookie going tonight. But it was a complete baseball game, even if they gave up 6 to the Cardinals. And, people want to, chop off Anthony Banda's head right now. He still got the job done, and really the runs were attributed to Alexis Diaz, who has basically like a non-zero chance of being on the postseason roster. So it's everything you want in a game: a bunch of hits, a bunch of runs. Dodgers win.
Yeah, absolutely. They should do that again tomorrow. And like you said, the whole team, almost the entire team contributed. The only guy who didn't get on base was the guy who came into the game with a 20-game on base streak. That's Freddie Freeman, but he did hit 2 sacrifice flies. So even the guy who didn't contribute drove in 2 runs. Dalton Rushing was the only other guy without any hits. He did have a walk, and he threw out a guy trying to steal second back when the game was still close. I think it was a tie game at that point. So, a big play there. All in all, Dodgers only struck out 8 times, 17 hits, 3 walks, so 20 base runners. Just a dominant performance. And I feel like for most of this game, it felt like, okay, Max Muncy is going to be the story of this episode. Mm-hmm. And then Teoscar said, hey, guess what? I had 1 more total base than Max Muncy. I hit 2 home runs too. He only drove in 4 runs. They both drove in 4 runs. Okay, so they're about even there. But Muncy had 4 hits. Teo had 3 hits. So that's right. Muncy got the single. So they had the same number of total bases. So Muncy, in that last inning, just decided, you know what, this is going to be the Max Muncy episode. And let's face it, really both guys, the Dodgers need both of those guys to be what they're supposed to be if they have any hopes of winning the World Series this year.
100%. You got to get your dogs going. You got to get the big horses in your lineup going, or at least have 3 of the 4 of them going, 4 of the 5 of them going. And, we saw something tonight we haven't seen in quite some time. At least it felt. I credited you. You had said it in our All Dodgers Discord. You also tweeted it. I Bleav you tweeted it as well. It's the first time the Dodgers to put up double-digit runs since June 22nd. For this team, that's absurd. And we know how good this lineup is when they're right. We know how good they were before Muncy went down with the knee injury. It's funny, I had tweeted something, talking crap about Michael Conforto, and tonight felt like, the power shifted back the other way, where Conforto sucked and everybody else was good again. I will take that. I will take that every damn day of the week if we have to have Conforto be, in play outs to get everybody else hitting. But it felt like the Dodgers again, and it gives me, a couple weeks, kind of had that existential dread of like, God, is this going to be one of those frustrating kind of early exit, you're trying to stuff that down. Now suddenly I feel much better about
Yeah,
this
it's
team.
amazing what one game can do to make you feel better. And again, it is important to remember it is one game. The Dodgers could come out and throw up a stinker tomorrow, but this one game, what we saw was Mookie hitting the ball hard, Teo hitting the ball hard, Muncy just being back. Like this is Muncy's second game back, and he came reasonably close to having a huge hit in his first game back in the ninth inning. He hit the ball hard just right at the center fielder, and so. Like with Muncy, you can definitely say, yeah, this is what we expect from Max Muncy going forward. Maybe not 2 homers every game, but hitting the ball hard, being a spark plug in the offense. With Teo and Mookie both, it's still kind of, I hope this is what we can start expecting. I mentioned, I don't know if you saw my comment in yours and Alana's chat, Mookie has 6 3-hit games this year now, and 3 of them are against the Cardinals. This was his first 3-hit game since the last time the Dodgers played the Cardinals. Mookie had 3 hits in 2 of those 3 games. And so, we'll have to see going forward if Mookie is figuring things out. But, for one night, it was great. And we don't necessarily need all of these guys to be hot at once. It is a lot of fun when they are, but, they could have won this game with 7 runs. And, they could have scored 7 runs with only Muncy or Teo driving in 4 runs,
Didn't it just seem a little bit different though with Mookie? And I'll say we got a super chat earlier from Seth Klein. I'll push all the buttons because I can as well. But the $2 super chat, Betts is back. You can quote me on that, says our buddy Seth. It felt different because I said it, during Dodgers territory half hour ago or something like that. With Mookie, it wasn't like he wasn't just a hair off. He, as Alana said, he was a whole head off. But this one, he found barrel. If Mookie can start finding barrel, it's just a different batter. It's the guy we know. So did you feel like that? I mean, obviously you're not as overreactionary as I am, but did it feel like, okay, these hits were a little bit different?
Even his ground out, his first time up, it was a hard hit ground ball.
And you saw him after coming to first, kind of clapped like because he just missed it.
Yeah, and I think he was also happy that he did move Ohtani to third, and then Ohtani then did score. Mookie, in all of his struggles, has been good with the situational hitting. We talked the other day about his sack flies. He leads the team in sack flies. Actually, probably doesn't anymore after Freeman's night tonight. I don't know. I'll have to look, but he likes to get the job done when you don't necessarily need a hit. But, I've told you before, my favorite Mookie hit is a double down the left field line. And so you give me one of those any day of the week and I'm going to be happy about it. And so if we can get more of those from Mookie, I'm going to be optimistic. But the last time I told you that my favorite kind of hit is a Mookie double down the line was the last time he did it. And that was like 2.5 weeks ago. Or whatever it was, So
one of the first 10 times he was all the way back.
Exactly. So we're going to I'm going to need to see it a little bit longer, but I really do believe that he's not a bad hitter now. I don't believe that you go from being one of the best hitters in baseball to being one of the worst hitters in baseball overnight and have it be a permanent thing. Whether it was health related or just, I assume he just got into bad mechanics and a bad funk because of the health issues earlier. And then, just has had a really hard time getting out of it. But, I don't know if we'll see the power numbers back from Mookie, if he'll get back to being a home run guy. But yeah, if he has line drives, I don't care. I'll take singles and doubles from Mookie.
And because you got dudes who can give you the power. With Max Muncy back and doing his vintage bat drop thing. Teoscar Hernandez, couple of dingers tonight. By the way, if you're looking at the FanDuel odds for tomorrow, looking at some betting, player props for tomorrow's game, Max Muncy plus 400 to go yard, Teoscar Hernandez plus 350 to go yard.
Do you see Mookie's number there?
What does Mookie got?
He's only
420.
Plus nice. 420, which, maybe that's just because of his appearance on whatever podcast that was, all that smoke. But I feel like Max Muncy is a lot more likely to homer tomorrow than Mookie Betts is. And yet the betting odds, he's only a little bit more like, I feel like Muncy if I were a betting man, I'd take that plus 400 because he's hitting the ball hard, you know?
Yeah, and you should definitely take that over at FanDuel. That's an important thing to put out there. You guys see it right here, right there. Let's do that. Do that.
Good job. It's over there.
Thank you.
See that angle?
I pointed the right. That's honestly, that's impressive. That was pretty dang good.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. You know what? Because I can.
You know, I'm not getting. I don't know if our listeners are getting your soundboard, but I haven't heard it either time you've pushed the buttons.
Really?
So, yeah.
That's rude.
Sorry, I'll just throw
the
in
volume. No,
there we go.
the volume was all the way down.
There we go.
Why? Don't
There
know
it
why,
is.
but we fixed it. We all Dodgers is all the way back. Sound off in the comments below. People, of course, in the chat loving Elisheva Jones saying Teoscar's bat on fire tonight. It looked good. It looked right. Noah Ortega saying his favorite hit's a grand slam. That's not a bad one as well, especially if it's off the bat of a Dodger. Also, Elisheva saying just love Muncy and Dodger Blue. And, you know, obviously we talked already a good amount about Max Muncy, but he really is just having one more grown up in that lineup in the clubhouse or whatever. Not to say he hasn't been traveling with the team or whatever, but he is a difference maker. He really truly is. Like, there's just something about having him in that 1 through 9 that seems to elevate everybody else. And that, I don't know, that doesn't feel overreactionary. It feels like you saw it tonight, even last night when they were pretty close to, you know, coming back.
Yeah, obviously the entire slump wasn't because Muncy was out, but
Fake news.
It's not entirely coincidental that the Dodgers started hitting poorly when Max Muncy went down. Mm-hmm. He is a big part of that lineup, a very important part of that lineup, and you know, so are other guys. It's I mean, Mookie or Freddie or Shohei could have stepped up in Muncy's absence. Teo. Any of those guys could have. They didn't. And if they had, then we wouldn't, you know, be thinking like this. But for whatever reason, it might just be a coincidence. But last time the Dodgers scored double digits runs, like we said, June 22nd, it's also the last time Max Muncy hit 2 homers in a game. You know, like the when Muncy hits, the Dodgers do well. And just having him in the lineup, like for 5.5 weeks, it was impossible for Max Muncy to hit because he was not playing. So just having him back is like, now I think it takes some of the pressure off because other guys would say, okay, Muncy did it last night, so maybe I'll do it tonight, you know? But if I don't, Muncy is here, you know, there's enough guys, you lengthen that lineup out. Right now there's, you know, this was even with the catcher who isn't hitting well in the lineup tonight. The Dodgers put up 12 runs, you know, without the guy who's leading the league in batting average. And you know, so your bottom 2, you had Freeland and Rushing, who are rookies. You know, you don't know what to expect from them, but because the first, 6 of the first 7, I'll take your Conforto nickname, but 6 of the first 7 guys are guys you think, yeah, he could have a big game for us tonight. Yeah. And tonight, most of them did, but even if only 3 of them had, they still would have won this game.
Yeah. You know, maybe they'll save some for tomorrow. Shohei can use a few runs when he's pitching against the Cardinals to get the series win. But they needed the breakout either way. So, and I'm seeing some people talk about Alex Freeland in the lineup. I think I'll talk Freeland and then I'll probably get out of here because I do need to do post-production on Dodgers territory. Boo. I'm sorry. But Alex Freeland, hey, only 5 games in, but dude's looking like a ball player. And the people are, I saw one comment, Cole saying, assuming Freeland's continued production when Edman comes back, who gets sent down? Well, that one feels easy. It's Estuary Ruiz, but figuring out playing time, all of a sudden there's tough conversation or good problems to have for Dave. And then somewhere down the road, there's going to be the Hesson Kim kind of factor in this whole thing. But what do you like about Freeland over the first, less than a week?
Yeah, obviously Freeland is, he puts the bat on the ball well when he does put the bat on the ball. The strikeouts are there, which I think we all expected that Freeland, most guys coming up from the minor leagues for the first time do have a little bit of swing and miss. And Freeland, like tonight, strikes out swinging on a full count pitch that would have been ball 4. It was 2 feet high, like it was just over eager, whatever. That's the kind of strikeout that you expect to see from a guy in his first week of the big leagues that you won't see 2 months into his career. just things like that. He's going to make those adjustments. And the fact that even though he's still having to make adjustments, still striking out too much, he's batting 353. And playing great defense. He played good defense at third. He played good defense at second now. Kevin and I talked the other night about possibility of him maybe going to short at some point. We'll see. But if Mookie hits, Mookie's a good shortstop. So if he can hit while playing short, leave him there, But I think Alex Freeland is here to stay. I think the reason they waited so long to call him up is because he wasn't on the 40-man roster, and they knew that they wanted to wait until they were pretty sure he was going to stick around for a while before they called him up. And so, like you said, Ruiz is the easy one to send down. Edman, I don't expect Edman back super soon because they said they're going to give him time to recover, to get better so that he doesn't have another flare up. And so, he's probably out at least a few more weeks. Kim will probably be back at some point, but you never know with the shoulder thing, and the fact is Hae-Sung Kim is not as polished a hitter as Alex Freeland is. And so, I wouldn't be surprised at all if when Kim is healthy, they say, okay, now spend some time in Oklahoma City getting your swing right again. And, I think that's what I would do. And, obviously if Ruiz is still on the roster, I mean, maybe you do go with Kim, but it depends on what their priority is with Kim. Obviously, Kim can be that pinch runner that Ruiz is basically, that's his only role, late inning defense, whatever. But all in all, I think Alex Freeland is probably on the big league roster the rest of the season. That's my opinion.
Yeah, he looks like a good ball player, playing making some good scoops at third, at second base, had the nice glove flip to Freddie in this one as well. I mean, if there ain't nothing wrong with having a bunch of really good ball players. And, if it comes down to putting together a postseason roster and Michael Conforto's not on it, I'm not going to be crying. They could find somebody to, shove in the outfield. Maybe that's where Tommy Edman ends up. Very early, and somebody said in the chat, Mark said Rushing and Kim balled out not Rushing, but we'll focus on the Kim part. Balled out when they first got here too. It's what happens when the league gets a book on you that matters.
Rushing did for his first game or two.
I guess that's
he hit the ball hard a couple times. So
balled out feels like a strong way to put it, though. I mean, he had a double in his first game. I don't know. But again, trending towards having good problems to have. And, the big trade deadline acquisition is barely played with Alex Call. Rumors of the Dodgers' demise might be greatly exaggerated. Yeah.
Before you leave, I want to throw this one up there. Teoscar Hernandez, did you feel like he was
yes.
running faster in the outfield, looking like an athlete?
Do I feel like he looked less terrible in right field?
He looked outfielder-ish. You know?
Like was there just something in the water tonight where everybody were like, oh, wait, we're supposed to be good at this? Yes, there was something different. Hopefully that is sustainable, whatever we saw in change of routes, or the difference in routes and foot speed when tracking down a baseball. Maybe the body's just feeling better. I'd be interested in hearing if I didn't see any post game yet, so I don't know if Dave was asked anything about this in the post game scrum. But Teo looked once again like the guy we fell in love with, or a lot of people fell in love with last year in a Dodger uniform. Jenny says Teo was focused, and Roger says Outman never did. I don't know what we're talking about there, but we don't need to worry about James Outman anymore. We got Teoscar. But there was something special, something different, not special, but
Outman never did was a reply to Mark talking about Paez making the adjustment after the league got the book on him, but Outman was unable to make that adjustment. So, and with Teo's defense, just like the Dodgers offense, I would say it is just one game, but it was a promising one game. So, if Teo's, maybe he is feeling better physically. And so that's leading to the better offense and the better defense. I'm going to stick around here for a little bit longer. Clint is going to go, do some post-production work, whatever that nerdy stuff is, before he leaves on vacation to Go
I will
hang
be
out on a
away.
boat.
Hang out on a boat, hang out with friends. I will say we'll talk. I think if you're going to take over my Saturday show this weekend, I don't know what your schedule. We haven't talked about this. We're literally talking about it now. I think it's only fair that I pop in for at least 5 minutes from the boat just to yell at you guys and then sign off. So we will talk. Stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel to see if that happens. Hit the like for this video right now if you guys haven't already, because the Dodgers won and you should like that. And also I'll be posting exclusive behind the scenes pontoon and laking over on the All Dodgers Discord channel. So do check that out. Sign up through patreon.com/realfrg, or click the join button here on YouTube. It's $5 a month, our most popular tier. With that, you get access to our Discord where we're talking about the game, living through the game. I'm sorry I haven't been as active in there of late. I'm going to get better at it. It's been busy. Your boy's been busy. I also have a real flesh job in the afternoon that I have to deal with. But sign up there. It's the best way to support the show, along with hitting that subscribe button and like button and all that stuff. But Hefe, always good talking baseball with you. You guys stick with him, and I will see you on the other side.
Bye, Clint.
Bye.
All right, Clint's out of here. Finally. Now we can. Hey, I said you're gone. So yeah, this was the only other really stuff I want to talk about is more just about this game, because I do feel like we spend so much time being grumpy and negative sometimes when the Dodgers lose, and they've done way too much of that lately. They've really struggled, and when they lose in ugly ways, that with a terrible offense. And so to have a night like tonight where the offense just showed up and really from the get-go, having Shohei lead off double, Mookie gets him a third, Freddie gets him in, Muncy homers. Bang. 4 batters in, the Dodgers are up 2-0. That's fun. And even though the Cardinals came back to tie it, it just felt like this is going to be a better night for the offense. And sometimes it feels like that, and then it's not. And that can be a bummer. We've seen that plenty of times where the offense starts off hot and you think, oh, sweet, it's going to be a good game for the offense. And then it's not. But tonight it was. They just kept on coming. They, took a break in innings 4 through 6. But then 7th and 8th, they jumped all over the Cardinals relievers, added 7 more runs, tacked on, and kind of put the game away. And so that was a lot of fun. It's when we look at going into this last game of the series, the Dodgers now have a chance to win this series. Unfortunately, the D-backs were unable to help us out tonight. It looked like they might help them out. Lourdes Gurriel hit a 2-run homer off of newly acquired Mason Miller to tie the game in the 8th inning. Game ended up going to extra innings. Gurriel didn't help the D-backs in the 10th when he came up with 2 runners on and 1 out in the bottom of the 10th, chance to win the game, and he didn't do a double play. And according to my brother, I wasn't watching because I'm blacked out of D-backs games, but according to my brother, Gurriel gave the worst impression of hustle he's ever seen on that double play. I'll have to watch it later and see how bad it was, but didn't seem interested in keeping that game going. And then the D-backs gave up like 5 runs in the 11th inning and lost to the Padres. So I think this is 5 or 6 games in a row that the Dodgers and Padres did the same thing on the same day. This lead just stays at 3 games. But tomorrow, hopefully the D-backs can take care of business, and the Dodgers, according to FanDuel right now, if you look tomorrow's game, the Dodgers are, let me make sure I have the up to the second odds. Dodgers are currently minus 200 to win tomorrow's game over the Cardinals. The Cardinals are plus 168. So that's kind of the flip there. Obviously, Ohtani is on the mound for the Dodgers, probably going 4 innings, hopefully going 4 innings. If something that maybe he's super efficient and they let him go back out for a 5th inning, once he throws 5 more innings this year, he will be at 20 for the season, which would mean that he will then be qualified as a 2-way player for 2026 and 2027. So that will be a milestone. It'll probably be next week because they'll probably do 4 innings tomorrow. But after that, he will be qualified as a 2-way player again. The Cardinals are kind of with Matthew Liberatore, who is a lefty. The Dodgers have hit lefties pretty well this year, even though Dodger fans often think that The Dodgers can't hit lefties. And, but he's been pretty good this year. He's got a 3.96 ERA, 3.59 FIP. But the thing with Liberatore is he doesn't strike many guys out. And that's the kind of guys that, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think those are the kind of pitchers who they come into a game with decent stats, but then the Dodgers should be able to put up some numbers against them. I think of that kid on the Royals. What's his name? Noah something, or a name that's the same as Noah. Noah Cameron. When he faced the Dodgers, another lefty. And if I remember, so Cameron has a slightly higher strikeout rate this year than Liberatore, but he's pitched really well. He's got a 2.68 ERA, but doesn't strike out a lot of guys. And when he faced the Dodgers put up 5 runs in 4 innings on him. That's the kind of game that I'm hoping for, and I would even say expecting tomorrow, is for the Dodgers to do roughly to Matthew Liberatore what they did to Noah Cameron of the Royals last month, or June 27th. That's when that was. And that's what I'm hoping for anyway, because baseball is more fun when your favorite team is winning. Obviously, losing builds character or whatever, I guess, but I like it when the Dodgers win, and I think you guys do too. I think baseball is more fun to watch when the team is winning, and I would really like the Dodgers to go on a little bit of a winning streak where they score a bunch of runs and put a little bit of distance between themselves and the also-rans in the NL West and get the job done. Anything else that you guys want to talk about here tonight? Before I wrap this up, throw it in the chat here. They're talking about, in the chat, the D-backs Padres game, the fact that the D-backs didn't sacrifice bunt in the bottom of the 10th inning because Corbin Carroll was the free runner. And let me see if I can pull up the summary and see what happened in that inning, who was up, because that's usually often what determines it. Corbin Carroll starts second base, so they intentionally walk Ketel Marte, so then it's Geraldo Perdomo coming up. And yeah, if he sack bunts, then you've got second and third for Gurriel, and a sack fly would win the game. I wonder if Geraldo Perdomo knows how to bunt. I'm going to do some live research here. Sacrifice bunts for Geraldo Perdomo. He has 3 this year. So he's actually in 2022 and 2023, he led the major leagues in sacrifice bunts. So that is very interesting that they didn't have Perdomo bunt in that situation. When you got a good bunter, you've got speed on second base, get him to third with the first out. Yeah, I do think that bunting isn't as easy as a lot of baseball fans think it is sometimes, and so it's not always as easy as just bunt. But the fact is, you have a great bunter up there, and yeah, that's weird. Maybe it was just because it was Robert Suarez pitching, and so they didn't think that because Suarez throws 100, has a good changeup. Maybe they didn't trust anybody to get a bunt down on him. I don't know. Kind of a weird decision. So I'd have to find out, see if Torey Lavola said anything about that after the game. Let's see. In the chat, Alex Renteria says, Jeff, let's talk about your Saturday rules. Sorry, we got this new layout here on this stuff. And so, yeah, I don't know for sure if I'm going to be doing the Saturday show. I guess probably, I mean, if anybody is, it'll be me. And so we'll have to see. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. If we do a Saturday show, we'll have to see what we're going to do about the, I won't be saying F words because I don't say F words. And we'll see what we do. Actually, I don't know if we'll have access to the voicemails anyway, because those go to Clint's email. So, but we'll figure something out, and we'll talk Dodgers. And I do believe that it's still fun to talk Dodgers, even if you're not allowed to say F words on the show. You can still say them at the computer. You can yell all the F words at your computer while I'm talking that you want to, because I'm used to that. So I think Jenny really wants to talk about the bullpen issues. The fact is the Dodgers won by 6 runs tonight, and the whole point of going up by 9 runs is that then you can use your lesser relievers. I don't believe that one game in which Alexis Diaz couldn't finish it out constitutes bullpen issues. I think it is, the Dodgers pitching has been great lately, and tonight the offense was great enough that they were able to use their lesser pitchers. So winning a baseball game is a team effort, and tonight the offense got the job done along with Emmett Sheehan, and the bullpen will help tomorrow, unless hopefully they don't need to. Hopefully the offense shows up and hits a bunch of home runs. One last time on the home run props for tomorrow. Just all the Dodgers players that are listed on FanDuel. Shohei Ohtani is at plus 164. Will Smith is at plus 330. Teo is at plus 360. Pages at plus 390. Muncy at plus 400. And Mookie at plus 420. Oh, and Freddie Freeman at plus 450. And if you want a real long shot, Miguel Rojas at plus 800 and Esteury Ruiz at plus 1,000. So if you got a hold of Biff's baseball almanac or whatever from Back to the Future 2, and you know that Esteury Ruiz is going to homer tomorrow, go ahead and put some money on that, because you can make a lot on that. But if you don't have the almanac, I don't recommend betting on that. So that's going to do it for me. Tomorrow's plan, Kevin and I will be not right after the game. It's a day game, 1 p.m. Pacific. And so Kevin and I will be doing a evening episode, probably around 8 p.m. Pacific. We haven't locked down the time yet, but sometime tomorrow evening, we'll be doing a show. So be sure to join us then. And if we can get access to voicemails, if you want to leave safe for work, no F-bomb voicemails for that, we can try to get to those. Let me see if I don't have a thing with the voicemail phone number on here. But anyway, so we'll be here for that. Hopefully to talk about the Dodgers winning a series. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the chats. Thanks for the one super chat. We could do more of those, you guys, if you want to. Be sure to, as Clint said when he was leaving, go to patreon.com/realfrg. $5 a month gets you access to our Discord server, where we have a lot of fun talking Dodgers all the time. So we'll be back tomorrow night to talk about the Dodgers win this series. Thanks for everything, and bye.